Ambassador Kamswal, Mathur, colleagues on the dais, friends here present in this hall. The session is of special importance not because what we signed, but because of the intent that is there between the two documents that we signed. Because I feel in this entire story of pollution and pollution control activities that we want to launch, it's about collaboration. It's about cooperating, it's about collaborating, it's about exchanging. Unless you are able to do this story properly, I don't think we would begin anywhere. If you look at, there will be many technical issues involved with the plastic issue that we are discussing today, and there are many experts who do a great job of it. But an overall thought needs to go into how we need to organize our society and people into getting to understand, getting to change their thought processes, and perhaps holding hands so that we are able to be successful. Everybody today has started talking about, some talk about air pollution, some are worried about water pollution, some are worried about plastic, some are worried about municipal solid waste. This worry is actually dependent on what is hitting you first. None of us are looking at a holistic picture. We are all reacting to immediate situations. And now everybody is talking about it is the first right step in this direction, because then the concerns start coming up. But the issue with each one of us, let's say when we are worried about the plastic pollution, is that perhaps we have limited exposure as to how we are going to tackle this. So even knowingly, when I am sipping, let's say, a juice somewhere with a plastic straw, it's in my mind that this is not the right thing to do, but I really don't know what to do otherwise. I was just in the exhibition before I came here, and just like the wooden toothbrush, I had a nariyal pani with wooden straw. To be honest, it was pretty comfortable. But the problem is that not all of us know what to do. And it's good to have people talking, it's good to have people coming together. All those who talk must necessarily come together. And all those who come together actually must think of a solution. And the role of institutions like TERI and other technical institutions is that once people have come together, you need to provide them a platform and a solution, both in terms of technology and alternatives. And one of the critical elements is, today we are all talking about saying no to single-use plastics. What we don't realize is that even if I know the impacts, the adverse impacts of plastic, I am not able to find an alternative. Therefore, it is incumbent upon those who are possibly in the game is to first provide an alternative. People who go shopping with that little thin black bag, the polythene bag, to a vendor of vegetable or fruits, do it because that is the most convenient way of doing it. If we turn around and say that the good old days you used to carry a cloth bag, we are not resonating well enough with them. So what I am trying to put across is, it's not just enough to tell people about the ill effects of what their lifestyles are doing, but perhaps at the same time bring technology in a big way to provide some alternative to what we are saying. Otherwise, acceptability is going to be very poor. And it's pollution, whether it's municipal solid waste or plastics, is not an issue which we can say that we'll tackle at one place. It's a household issue. So we need the entire community to come together on this. And perhaps the kind of consortium that we are talking about today is the need of the hour. There are brilliant individual efforts. I was reading the info yesterday. I was given a list of innovations that have happened in plastic, including somebody using it as a solar bulb and various startups doing recycling processes. If all that has to come to scale, there has to be a coming together of technology knowing people into similar consortiums as we are talking today. Let me tell you that one of the jobs that perhaps government can do well is to create that platform where all the stakeholders and knowledge holders can come together. And I do feel that if we are able to do that, to the satisfaction of most of the people who are coming together, perhaps it will be a great job to do. There are many ways of looking at it. One of the immediate things that we always look at is what is happening around the globe. Global examples are a great thing to start with. But for a country like India, I think the solutions will have to be local. And when I say local, even within India, it's not universally and uniformly local. It will vary from one geography to another. So the learnings from outside must only inform us to create that local environment and the local tool with which we can work. Blind replication may not work in this country, because we have a completely different issue. Traditionally, Indians have been very environment conscious, but the consumption patterns have changed so drastically that our lifestyles have completely shifted from what we were, let's say, 50 years, and down the line we can see that happening. I always very strongly feel that our generation has already borne the brunt, and we should in many ways also take responsibility for what we are bequeathing to the future generations. At least let the younger generation do something so that their children live in a better atmosphere and better environment. That is the least we can do for the society, for the country, and let me be very blunt, least we can do to ourselves. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.